There are several varieties of devil fruits in the world of One Piece, and each one bestows extraordinary powers and skills onto its users. But have you ever wondered which of the devil fruits in the entire series is the strongest? You'll find out today, as we'll give you an in-depth explanation of the top 10 strongest devil fruits. The 10th, Soru no Mi, a Paramecia-type devil fruit that enables the manipulation and control of human souls. It was initially consumed by Carmel and afterwards acquired by Big Mom. One of the toughest fruits in the entire One Piece is without a doubt this one. Its ability to manipulate souls consists on attracting and manifesting the souls of those who experience fear. The victim's lifespan can be taken from them by the user by seizing and pulling out the victim's soul. The fact that the user is able to decide how much of a victim's lifespan they want to take is another intriguing aspect. It's possible to steal years or simply a few seconds from someone's life all at once. The Soru no Mi's power to infuse objects with soul fragments, giving them intelligence and the capacity to speak, is another special feature. Plants, food, furnishings, light, and even living creatures can all be endowed with souls. These creatures are referred to as homies by Big Mom, and in her opinion, the more powerful the person the soul was taken from, the stronger the ensuing homie will be. This fruit's main flaw is that its effects can be readily averted if the target doesn't harbor any apprehension towards the user. Big Mom was unable to remove Jinbei's soul since he had no fear of her. The 9th, Hito Nomi no del Daibutsu, is a mythological fruit that resembles a Zoan and gives its users the ability to become Buddhas. Sengoku, a retired Marine Fleet admiral, consumed it. Sengoku only utilized this fruit once during the entire episode, so we don't really know much about it, but based on appearances, it appears to be largely used for combat. This fruit, like other Zoan devil fruits, gives Sengoku great physical power and enables him to compete with some of the series' strongest warriors. Using this fruit causes Sengoku's limbs to develop out of proportion, giving him abnormally enormous arms and comparatively small legs, and causes his entire body to turn full gold in color. Sengoku used his Buddha form during the Marineford War to amp up the force of his blows and even shoot golden shockwaves out of his palms. These assaults were powerful enough to hurt Luffy and even the Blackbeard pirates, and they have the potential to deal significant and broad damage to an enemy group. The 8th, Magu no Mi, is a devil fruit of the Logia variety. Magu no Mi enables its user to transform into magma. Sakazuki, also known as Fleet Admiral Akainu, consumed it. Even when compared to other Logias, which are still formidable, the Magu no Mi has unrivaled offensive capability. Even the creator of One Piece claimed that if Akainu wanted, he could locate the One Piece in 1 year. Akainu, like Aokiji, has the ability to use his power to alter the environment of an entire island, converting it into burning lands, despite letting the majority of attacks pass through the user without injury. Anybody who tries to physically touch Akainu will be severely burned as a result of the fruit's inherent element, and in some situations, it will melt any weapons that come into contact with him. During the Summit War, when he faced off against many formidable pirates like Ace, Jinbei, Ivankov, and even Whitebeard, Akainu demonstrated the true strength of this fruit. His distinctive attack involves turning his fist into magma and launching it at his foes. Additionally, he has the ability to create several magma fists and release them into the air like a volcanic eruption. The powers of his devil fruit doesn't appear to be weak against anything in particular, except from the usual devil fruit vulnerability. Even though Aokiji should have had the upper hand in their encounter because of his ice skills, Kainu still prevailed. The 7th, Uo no Mi model Seiryu, is a mythological Zoan-type devil fruit that gives its possessor the ability to change into an azure dragon. One of the previous emperors of the sea, Kaido, ate it. This fruit grants the user the greatest number of supernatural abilities, more than any other mythological Zoan fruit. In addition to the ability to morph, the most notable is the ability to summon flame clouds, which can be used as footholds to walk through the ski. Additionally, the user has the ability to produce and control a variety of elements, the most well-known of which being fire. This element allows the user to exhale a scorching blast that can instantly destroy enormous constructions. In addition to igniting flames, the user may also blow strong, swiftly rotating tornadoes, creates lightning bolts while roaring, and cut through the air while blowing. In addition to having the power to change into a complete dragon, Uo. No MI users also have the ability to change into a smaller human dragon form, which is considerably better suited for close quarters fighting. Additionally, the user still has access to their elemental attacks, such as fire breath, even in this form. Similar to the fruit before it on the list, this one has no particular drawbacks other than the fact that the user need a lot of room to change into his full dragon form and is somewhat constrained in enclosed settings. Number 6, Gura Gura no Mi is regarded as the strongest paramecia-type devil fruit, enabling the user to produce powerful vibrations and quakes. Whitebeard initially consumed it, but after his death, Teach took its power. This fruit may easily destroy entire islands, cause enormous tsunamis and earthquakes, and even fracture the air. During the Marineford arc, Whitebeard appeared to be more powerful than each admiral when he used the abilities of this fruit to combat several of them at the same time. Even some of the highest-ranked Marines were afraid of what Whitebeard would do, because it is rumored that this fruit has the potential to destroy the planet. Vice Admiral Sudo even claimed that if Gura Gura no Mi's full might was unleashed, there would be nowhere safe to go in the entire world. Since Blackbeard lacked the control to deploy it to its full ability, and Whitebeard was undoubtedly holding back because his entire crew was at Marineford, it is arguable that we have never seen its ultimate power. The 5th, Yami no Mi, the strongest Logia-type devil fruit in the entire series according to many. The reigning emperor of the sea, Blackbeard, consumed this fruit, and since then it allowed him to generate and control darkness at will. Even for a Logia type, this fruit is regarded as exceptional, and the power it bestows is regarded as the most wicked. A visual representation of the darkness this fruit produces is a black, smoke-like substance that subtly emanates from the user's body. The user may utilize darkness to absorb physical objects and attacks of any kind, draw opponents toward him, and crush and consume everything. Blackbeard used a vortex to suck an entire town inside himself and later regurgitated it because, like a black hole, the user can absorb things inside of it. It's interesting to note that absorbed living things appear to be able to survive, but they suffer severe injuries and are left stunned by the event. The ability of this fruit to totally absorb and negate the powers of other devil fruit users by merely touching them, however, is what truly sets it apart from all others. The 4th, Ope Ope no Mi, a devil fruit similar to paramecia, gives the power to freely influence and reshape anyone or anything. Trafalgar Law ate this fruit that a particular well-known doctor had previously kept in his possession. Its user can take control of anything inside a force field they have created, including both living things and non-living items. This devil fruit can be used in literally hundreds of ways, but some of the ways Law uses this power include switching the positions of two targets, slicing people apart without actually hurting them, removing people's organs permanently without harm, or even producing electric shocks to kill people from the inside. This fruit has a special property that makes it the ultimate devil fruit. In exchange for the user's own life, it is possible to make someone immortal. This is the reason the global government is offering a whopping 5 billion berries as a reward to anyone who can bring them this fruit. Let's quickly look at these two enigmatic fruits before moving on to the strongest devil fruit in the entire show, okay? Although not yet fully verified, it appears like these fruits will be among the strongest in the series based on what we've seen in the most recent chapters. I'm talking about the Gorosei devil fruits. All 5 of the elders appeared to change into animalistic, as Sabo has said, demonic-looking beings in Chapter 1085. Many fans assume that these transformations are presumably caused by some kind of Zoan devil fruit, even though it is presently unknown if they are the consequence of devil fruit powers or something else entirely. At this moment, their position on the list is simply speculative, although there is little doubt that they are quite powerful. Emu, who we witness morphing into a large beast-like creature capable of swallowing fire, is another hypothetical item on this list. Emu doesn't seem to have a solid body, morphing and changing shapes like a shadow constantly, at times even appearing cartoonish like Luffy in his Gear 5 form from what we've seen so far. Emu also had control over an object that resembled an arrowhead with a sharp edge, or a tentacle that was powerful enough to seriously hurt even Sabo, a Logia user. Again, EMU's inclusion on this list is just speculative, but given that he is anticipated to be One Piece's last antagonist, he surely will be incredibly strong. Number 1. Hito no Mi model Nika. This devil fruit is a mythical Zoan devil fruit that was consumed by Luffy. This fruit gives its eater a rubbery body and the ability to change into a sun god. It's been suggested that the user's imagination is the sole restriction on his abilities. The world government has spent more than 800 years unsuccessfully attempting to acquire this fruit because, for some reason, they are scared of it. The Nika fruit was even completely erased from history by the authorities, who gave it the name Gomu no Mi and pretended it was just a typical paramecia fruit. After awakening the fruit's actual powers, Luffy was shown performing absurd feats like extending lightning itself and turning into a cartoonishly large creature. He was also shown stretching his body and bending the surroundings. Even though this fruit's abilities seem ludicrous, they are somewhat constrained. For instance, Luffy can't stretch things out forever because they will eventually tear, and the fruit exerts a ton of stress on his body, causing him to age quickly after being converted. This is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it.